Hello, hello, hello. Happy Monday, everyone. How are you doing? I don't know about you, but today kind of started out with one of those days, or started out as one of those days where it was like everything, it was just a super weird day. And I was like, you know what? If I'm starting out that way, I bet you there's a lot of other people starting out with some pretty difficult Mondays. So I wanted to check in. I know that we just finished up Thanksgiving, and this is the time where we all get stressed out into thinking about the holidays, worrying about what we're going to do about the holidays coming up. So I've been doing this training where it's the holiday rescue remedy, because this is a time where people are super stressed out. This is no joke. This is something where we are stressed out for the holidays. We're stressed out because of family. And if you're in a situation where the relationship is on rocky ground, then you have that added stress that's on top of it. So, I understand how that is. And I wanted to make sure that I'm giving you the support that you need to really be able to move forward and do the things that you need to do. So, welcome everybody. If this is your first time coming on. My name is Stephanie. Welcome. Very good to have you. I'm a toxic relationship recovery expert, which means I specialize in helping people either, stop the back and forth so that they don't stay in those relationships that are going nowhere. Those dead end relationships are going nowhere. Or I will help you really, once you've left, reclaim your life and start really getting to a place where you're excited to wake up every day, where you have that life filled with adventure. And so what I wanted to talk about today is I wanted to talk about the loneliness and stress that's about to happen. That's happening right now for a lot of people. And like I said, if your day started out anything like mine, I'm sure that there's a lot of stressed out people that are right now on this call. So first of all, if you're on tonight, I just want to say welcome. If this is your first time, welcome. For those of you who are returning, welcome as well. Always good to see you. But the holidays, like I said before, can be really heavy. They can be lonely and stressful. They can be overwhelming. But tonight, actually this afternoon, I want to focus on you. I want to focus on you and what you need so that we can best support you and make sure that we are giving you the support that you need. Now, some of the struggles that people have is, we want everything to be perfect. We want to make sure that our family is well taken care of, whether we're trying to make that perfect Christmas for our families. I mean, my ex-husband, who was abusive, he tended to ruin any of the family holidays in some way, shape, or form, whether it was my birthday, because my birthday is also coming up. There would be, holidays. He would always do something to ruin any special occasion. And then he would tell me that I didn't appreciate any of the things that he did for me. So he'd plan something nice and then ruin it and then give me a hard time for not appreciating it. I don't know if that resonates for anyone who's listening. But that tends to be a common theme. Then the other part of it is maybe you are doing what I did, and I was every year would go by and I would like, oh my gosh, here I am again, another year going by. I'm not happy. I don't think this is what I want. I don't know what to do. I felt so stuck. And I was literally just marking off the years of my life, like watching my time go by and getting older, and nothing was changing. And I kept saying to myself, okay, I still feel this way, and another year has gone by. I don't know if that resonates also for anyone who is listening, but I started to really feel it. And the holidays was always that reminder, because the holidays, again, are so close to my birthday. It was always that reminder of like another year, another, the same old, like being on that wheel, that hamster wheel. So why does it feel so hard? Well, obviously there's the emotional challenges. And of course, if you have any questions, please ask me. I mean, I'm literally here to help support you. Again, really important time of year, really important topic. So if you have questions, please make sure that you are asking me questions, because I'm here to support you. Okay. So why does it feel so hard around the holidays? Well, obviously there's the sadness and the fact that you don't have the relationship that you wanted. You had this idea of how things were going to be. You wanted your life to be with a partner, with a best friend, and instead you're with someone that you feel like maybe you can't talk to, that you don't feel heard. Maybe there is abuse going on. Maybe it's someone maybe they're just avoiding being in the relationship. Maybe there's been infidelity. I mean, there's all these things that I know none of us went into our relationship thinking that this would be our life. And I talk over and over again to clients that they say, I can't believe that this is where I am in my life. I can't believe that this is my life. Most of our clients are 40 and older. So they're like, I've been in this relationship for whatever amount of time, and I thought this was going to be my forever. I thought this was going to be it. And here they are in this place where they're having to decide whether or not they should stay or, end the relationship. For some people, that's just been several relationships that have always ended up badly. So again, there's that idea of I wanted it to be a certain way, and it's definitely not that way. And having to let go of that idea, let go of that excitement, letting go of that control that we don't have because we are in this relationship with someone who doesn't want to change, who doesn't want to become a better version of themselves, and is probably blaming you for the things that are going wrong in their life too. And that's just all that heaviness because we're the fixers. I always say our clients are like pit bulls. We don't know when to let go. We hold on tight. We don't know when to let go. And so, the people that tend to be attracted to that are the people that are going to take advantage of that when we don't have healthy boundaries. Another thing that we have is that guilt, because again, we're trying to make everybody else happy while ignoring our own needs. We might know we need to end things with this person, or this might be the soon after we ended things, but we have all this guilt. What have I done to my family? What if I made the wrong choice? So we have all of this guilt that's going on as well. Now, obviously, like I said before, there's the practical stressors, just managing those holiday traditions, the finances, the expectations that we have, feeling emotionally depleted, already going into an already stressful time, and we're already feeling depleted. So now you're trying to manage these holiday traditions, which I'm going to give you a heads up right now. Start creating your own traditions. You don't have to follow the things you've always done before. But those things that are important for you to manage, how are you going to keep those going while you're feeling this overwhelming stress? So, and that's what a lot of us, again, we put on these masks. We pretend like we're okay, even though we're drowning. I used to always say I felt like I was on fire and drowning. And to the rest of the world, everybody thought I was fine. And especially when we are those ones that are the doers, is we want to make our family happy. So we're put on that mask and we're stressed out and we're trying to deal with the person who's giving us the stress on top of everything else while making it, a memorable time for the rest of our family. So what we want to make sure is we start looking at what's the new path forward for ourselves. If you wait for things to get better on their own, you're just going to end up with more loneliness and more stress. And this again goes back to what I talked about before. Every year I would look back and say, it's another year of the same shit. It's the same shit a whole other year. Another year's gone by. Is this my life? Is this what I was put here to do? And the more I put it off and the more I didn't want to deal with it, the more my life was just being sucked away and nothing was changing at all. But when you take those intentional actions and you start to take those steps, that's when everything starts to change. We can't wait for someone to come and say, hey, come here, change your life, make things better. We can't do that. It's probably not going to happen. We don't have people that are going to do that for us. There are people that might want us to be happier, but they can't be the ones to fix it for us, just like we can't fix that toxic person in our lives. That's up to them. We have to be the one that says, I'm going to make a decision to do something different for myself. I'm going to stop waiting for the world to change, and I'm going to start changing myself. I'm going to stop waiting for them to be the person that I see the potential of them being and make a decision to take care of myself. I'm going to stop letting them treat me this badly and keep showing up the same way I have been, trying harder and harder and losing myself more and more, which again just adds to that stress, loneliness, isolation, guilt, shame, all those big feelings that we have. So what do we want to do? We want to make sure that we have plans in place. We want to make sure that we know exactly what we're doing in order to heal. We want to make sure that we have confidence through these small achievable wins. So the more that you do small things that are taking care of yourself, the more your confidence will start to come back. Your self-esteem, I should say, because a lot of people will have confidence, but their self-esteem will have been depleted from this toxic relationship. Every time you say to yourself, I'm going to put off ending this relationship, or I'm going to put off taking care of myself, you actually are telling your brain that you don't matter. And when you do that, you're actually lowering your self-esteem. When you say you're going to do something and you follow through with it, you increase your self-esteem. So that's why having that plan of what you need to do and implementing that plan is so important. I always say something as simple as, throughout the holidays, if you're making sure that you're having your green smoothies throughout it, you might not be eating as well as normal, but just the fact that you promise yourself you're going to drink your green smoothies and you follow through with it is going to help you feel better, but it's also going to build your self-esteem because you promised yourself and you followed through on it. It also keeps you focused on creating the life that you want instead of staying stuck. So when you have small achievable goals, when you have a plan of what you need to do, then you can check those little things off. You can stay in plan. And then also too, you just feel less stress knowing that you're taking those steps. Not saying it's any easier. It's always hard to make this decision. I get it. But imagine how much harder it is to not make yourself a priority and to keep living this way. Because life is always going to bring us shit. I mean, seriously, like there's always going to be times where things are tough. And we have to decide how we're going to move forward from this. No one is going to come and save us. We need to do that. We just need to have the right support. So I want you to take a second. And of course, if this is your first time, I definitely always recommend a writing utensil, so that you can take notes. I also like to do little activities at times. So I want you to kind of just give yourself a second. I don't care where you are. If you're driving, don't do this. Just listen. Come back later. But I want you to just kind of close your eyes. And I want you to put your hand on your heart. And I want you to take a deep breath in through your nose. And hold it. And then I want you to take a deep breath out, like push all that air out through your mouth as hard as you can, like make noise breathing out. And then hold it. And again, breathe in, hold it, and then breathe out through your mouth. Really pushing that diaphragm up. Keep your eyes closed. And I want you to visualize what your ideal holiday would look like. What would your holiday look like if it was filled with peace? What would your holiday look like if it was filled with self-love? What would your holiday look like if it was something that you looked forward to, where someone was supportive and happy and excited to see you? What would it look like for you? How would it be different than what you're experiencing now? And I want you to hold on to that possibility, that picture of what your ideal holiday, and I'll even say your ideal life, what you want for yourself. Picture that. Because it's not something that's so far off that we're like, that could never happen to me or happen for me. It's possible, but you have to stop letting the things that are getting in the way be in the way. So as your eyes are still closed, I want you to imagine that you are the creator of this beautiful future for yourself. You have the power, like Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, to go back and do the things that you need to do to take care of you and make the best life and make this amazing life. You have to picture it and you have to take that step. So take a deep breath in through your nose. Feel that power, the ability to create. Hold on to that vision. Breathe out through your mouth. Breathe in all of the good things, all the possibilities, the power, the strength, the possibility to create the life and love that you want for 2025 and forward. And breathe out all those negative things that are telling you, I can't, it's not possible, you're too old, the kids are out of the house, you're too broken, there's no good guys out there, whatever those things are, breathe it all out. And then take a few more breaths and open your eyes. And I want you to hold on to that feeling as you go through. Keep reminding yourself that something better is possible for you, but it's not going to change if we keep doing the same things over and over again. Another thing that you can do to really take care of yourself for that loneliness is start some really simple self-care rituals so that you feel more connected and grounded during the season. Self-care rituals might be, again, drinking that green smoothie, making sure you're going to the gym 3 to 5 times a week. Maybe you're volunteering, maybe you're doing caroling. I just actually reached out to some people in the community to see if they have any caroling possibilities. Go work at a soup kitchen. Do something that's taking care of you, doing something that is maybe caring of others, but really taking care of you. Maybe saying no to the things that you don't want to do. It's okay to have boundaries. It's okay to stick up for yourself. So what are some of those things that you're going to do for your self-care? And that could be something that you write down Write down the question on your paper if you're following along. What kinds of self-care activities can I do to take care of myself during this holiday season? Question mark. And think about, again, those non-negotiables. For me, it's always making sure I get enough sleep, go to the gym, drink my green smoothie, get my water in. What are the things that I need to do? What are those things going to be for you? Another thing, obviously, just with stress, make sure, like what I said before, setting boundaries, say no to the things that drain you and yes to what nourishes you. So if caroling or volunteering at a soup kitchen, it feels like too much, then say no to those things. If that feels like, oh, that's exciting and different, then say yes to that. If it feels like, oh, I've never done that before, I'm a little nervous about it, then say yes to that because it's something different. Go and set boundaries. It's okay to say no. Look at the real holiday hacks of focusing on less and doing more. So whether it's new activities with your family, maybe it's starting again those new traditions to reflect this new chapter that you are either that you're the process of creating or are working to create or even thinking about creating, I guess. What are those things for you? So what could be some holiday hacks? I mean, even so, like this year for our family, my mother was asking what my kids, because I have little kids, and she said, what would they like for Christmas? I said, honestly, if you want to get them a toy, you can. You don't have to. I'd rather them have an experience. Like go do something with them. Go take them somewhere cool. So I grew up with horses. There's no horses anymore in our family. But my mom said, I'd really like to take your kids and go horseback riding. I was like, okay, that sounds awesome. I would love for you to do that. They would love that experience. So they're going to do that instead. And it takes away that stress of trying to figure out the perfect gift or whatever. Pay for someone's dance lessons, whatever things you can do where you're finding the meaning. Make something, create something. I was just watching some videos about making some like body scrubs and things like that for people. You don't have to go out and spend thousands of dollars the way that we think we have to. We think we need to spend all this money for the holidays. What if we just get out of that marketing that's been done to our brains, that's been hacked into our brains? We don't have to go spend all this money. It really is about family and experience. It's not about the things. So focus on those things too. All right. I want to see if really quick I have any questions. I'm going to remove this. Do I have any questions that I'm seeing so far? All right. I don't see this one. Sorry, I'm in a few places here and I'm getting messages. All right. I don't see questions. If you have questions, please make sure to ask them. Again, I'm here for you. I'm here to support you. If you haven't followed this account yet, definitely follow this account. Whether you are in that relationship and you're not sure what to do, whether you are out and you're like, I don't know who I am, I don't know what I want for myself, this is definitely the account to follow. All right, I don't see any questions. And at the end, maybe I can see if there's anybody else that maybe wants to come on and ask any questions. But again, feel free to write down questions in the comments. Let me just make sure. No. Okay. Just making sure. All right. So one of the things that I wanted to really offer also is, because of the fact that it is such a stressful time of year and loneliness is such an issue, what I really want to do is I wanted to come on and do, because, people are stressed about money. People are stressed about what to do. They're not sure where to start. So I wanted to do something that is so extra that it would be ridiculous for you to say no to if you're looking for that kind of extra support. So I wanted to talk to you about, I'm a coach. We specialize in helping those women, and we work with men as well, really leave those unhealthy relationships and create their new lives. So they stop the back and forth, they stop wasting their time. And what I wanted to do is what I decided to do literally this morning after my crazy morning started off. And it seemed like everybody was having something wrong going for themselves. And so I sat down with my husband, David, and I said, okay, what can we do to really offer people something that's going to be super helpful for them, especially through the holiday season, but then beyond. If they're going to have 2025 be the year of their best love life, and that starts with taking care of ourselves, what can we really do to help them? So what I wanted to do was give you access to our main course, which is the Brilliant Life Blueprint, it's our bread and butter. Like this is our course that our high-end clients go through. And so I wanted to give you access to that so that you can break free from those toxic patterns, rebuild confidence, create a beautiful life. I also wanted to include meditations because, again, this high level of stress that all of you are feeling, you want to be able to reconnect with yourself and having really those actionable steps for navigating those relationships, setting boundaries, and finding joy. And I also wanted to offer you a free trial membership to our Thrive Hive community for that ongoing support and inspiration. So normally all of that would be $1,300. But for today, I wanted to offer all of that for $297. So this is a chance to say yes to your proven plan that works. This is what we use all the time for really even our high-end clients. And I'm offering it for $297 for today only. So if this sounds like this would be helpful for you, please send me a private message. I don't want you to have another holiday season pass and you to still be in pain. I don't want you to keep feeling like your time is just stagnant and that you're wasting it. We don't want to make sure that you feel and you're able to create that peace and happiness for your life that you deserve. So if that's something that's of interest to you and you've ever thought about working with David or I before, definitely jump in. Again, it's $297 instead of $1,300 for all that stuff. And it's really, really, and if it's what you're looking for, if you're not ready yet to make any changes, if you're in that place where you're thinking about making a change, you're not sure, this would be a great program for you. If you're in the part where you're like, I'm starting the process, but I'm not really sure what to do, that would be perfect for you. If you're out and you're like, I'm not really sure if this is right, then that would be the right one for you. And so until the end, until midnight tonight, $297 to work with us with all the steps that you need. So definitely jump in there, send me a private message, and we can talk about what the next steps are for you. You are not alone. And that's the biggest thing in my years of helping people, 10 plus years of helping people heal from unhealthy relationships. I want to remind you that this is temporary. Sorry, I'm getting all these dings. This is temporary. This is not forever. This is a time in your life where you're just feeling all of the things, whether the kids are finally out of the house, your relationship is ending, you're starting a new relationship, you're not sure you're just on shaky ground, you don't know what to do. This is a period of time. It's not a forever of your life. But this is a time also where you can say to yourself, I'm not going to waste another year like this, where I'm not going to try to figure it out anymore on my own because I don't know what to do. And I don't want to keep living this way. The life that you want, that peace, that joy, that happiness, it's waiting for you. All you have to do is just take that brave step, walk over to the other side and get that support. So it's, really important to stop trying to figure this out on your own and do what you need to do to take care of yourself. So much easier when you're not by yourself. And again, if you're looking for any information or you're interested in possibly working with David and I for only $297, which is an amazing deal, just send me a private message and we can chat. Okay. I'll remind you about this offer, but I want to take a minute and make sure that I answer any questions, whether it's about the offer of working with us, and of course you can always go to my bio. I'm never sure what streaming places cut me off if I say the full word. But you can go there and read up on us in our website, all that kind of stuff too. What questions do you have for me right now about leaving the unhealthy relationship, about the toxicity, about anything related to the holidays, navigating any of that stuff? I can jump on and talk to any of you that are having questions. I'm here to support. Let me just see. Let's see if I can get. Oh, I don't see anybody. And if you're on and you haven't followed this account yet, make sure that you follow this account. We do go live normally on Thursdays. I jumped in early this week because I wanted to do something different. Again, this is like people at this time of year think about ending their lives. Like this is a pretty stressful time of year for people. And that's even when they're not dealing with all the issues with their relationships ending. So I can't stress this enough. I understand how stressful and overwhelmed we can all feel. Trying to do this on our own is really hard. And so I really want to make sure that definitely follow this account, grab the resources that we have. There's so many things that we do, but I genuinely, I love being able to help people because I remember what it was like when I felt so stuck. I remember checking off those years going by of my life and literally feeling myself getting older and my life not changing, nothing being different, and still feeling just stressed and overwhelmed because I couldn't make them better. I couldn't make them into the person I wanted them to be. I had more hope for them than they had for themselves. And so, that is no way to live your life. And waiting and saying, you know what, I'm going to wait until the summer, I'm going to wait till some other time. Start making the decisions. If you don't want to end the relationship now, then start getting a process in place for you to start taking those steps to get out. If you've already left, what are you doing to take care of yourself? What are you doing to make yourself a priority? These are all the things that we need to start thinking about. Because if you have that vision, that we did that visualization, if you can have that vision, even if it's that tiny glimmer of hope, then maybe things can get better. I wasn't sure that things could ever get better for me, but I had that tiny glimmer that maybe, because I knew that if I stayed doing the things I was doing, I was going to keep living the same life. And that's not what I wanted for myself. And that's not what I'm hoping for you. But I can't make that change for you. You have to decide to make that change for you. So on that note, are there any other questions for me before I say goodbye? Again, I am here. I am here to help answer any questions. All right, I don't see. All right, I see some spam. I don't see anything else. Okay. All right, send me a private message. Let's chat. Let's figure it out. Even if it's just a question about what something else. Maybe you're like, well, I don't know if I'm ready to do this, Cyber Monday deal, but I have a question about something else. Let's chat. I don't want you to think you have to do this on your own. All right. On that note, I send you so much love, so much strength. That you do not have to keep living this way with this overwhelming feeling. Make this the time where you're making yourself a priority because you deserve it. All right, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I will be live again on Thursday, and have a good rest of your week. And make sure you're meditating and taking care of yourself. Have a great rest of your day, everyone. Bye.